Hello everyone, welcome to the Tech Hench. Today I'm going to cover a small topic from Selenium which is taking screenshot. But we will create methods to take screenshot with the highlighted elements. So we'll be touching two topics with this. One is highlighting web elements in a web page and taking screenshot while highlighting those elements. For this, add a level of interaction to the screenshot that we take as part of test execution, and also these highlighted screenshots may help the end user to analyze easily that what exactly happened and where exactly some actions were performed. You can create your own framework based on need, and maybe you can take screenshot of different steps executed, or maybe you can take highlighted screenshots for some failures so that user can easily identify where failure happened, or maybe you can take screenshot of some past results highlighting the particular results so that one can easily look at the test data created or maybe the test results formulated out of test execution. Okay, so let's begin with this. uh, I'll show you how we can adapt these two methods in a framework, like in actual real world application or real world project. You can how you can adapt this as part of framework, and you can reuse those created methods to take screenshots or the highlighted screenshots. Okay, so for before that, let's just try to find out a sample website. Let's just try to find out a sample website that can where we can do this automation or highlighting elements. So I'll find some any sample website for automation testing. Okay. See if it has some website. Let's just see if what we can get. We'll take any. This is something like login, right? Okay, let's just take this that highlights, and we'll do a simple login and then we will highlight. It's like we can log in with the standard user. This is the password, and after login we can come up over here. Okay, let's highlight something like, let's create something interactive with this. Okay, what we'll do, we'll log into this and we will highlight the fields or highlight the product values which are above $20, and we will highlight the other you know elements which are less than $20 in a different color. Okay, so let's just try to do this. What I'll do, we need this, right? Sourcedemo.com. This is fine. Okay, let's just first create a simple. This is not launched. Yeah, launched already. I'm sorry. Okay, Selenium examples we will create in this. Okay, this is a simple project. I'll show you the form. We just only have Selenium dependency over here, which is the latest dependency 4.27. So we need not to worry about the drivers of a browser, but we'll do this in a Chrome browser for now. I will create a new class file for this. Say I will call it highlighted screenshots. Okay. I'll create a simple main method here. We can modularize this based on the need or based on the already established framework you might have, or the plan of framework you are trying to create it. So let's just create a simple main method to do this first. Main method currently takes array of strings as input. Okay, I'll declare driver, right? How we do that? We do this like driver is equal to new Chrome drive. Okay, sorry, creating Chrome driver. This way we get a driver instance of a Chrome driver. We would need to import this. Not showing imports. Okay, this comes from, we know that this comes from org.openqa.selenium, right? So we include this. This should come now. Import from Chrome driver. Okay, so import is fine. We got driver instance. Now we will need to launch driver, right? We need to open driver and get to a URL. For that we use driver.get method, and we will use the URL of the dummy website. Then we would have to perform a login into this, right? For that we will have to enter username and password. Username and password. Okay, for that we will need the locators to uh, the username and password text boxes. Let me close this. I try to reopen. We'll need to cancel this. Not required. And yes, we have it here. We need to log out, right? Let's log out. So this is the username section. I need this. Let's try to find out. I'll zoom this for you. So this is kind of, a lecture where we will be able to, we are doing almost a very small scratch activity, which is like, doing a scenario end-to-end automation, like login into application and highlighting elements. Let's consider this is our scenario, and we are locating the web elements at the same time to interact with them, right? So we need to interact with these three web elements: username, password, and login button. So for first, I'll find this out. We need a locator. For locator, we'll use the XPaths. Okay, this is the locator for this. Input class, input error, form input. Okay, placeholder username. This seems to be unique. I'll write a XPath to this. XPath input which should have an attribute, not username attribute, was attribute. It should has attribute placeholder equal to username. Okay, it is now finding 101, so this is correct. Okay, this is the XPath. I have copied that XPath. To type into this, what we will use, I will directly like dot driver dot find element. Firstly, we would have to find this element. How we will find this element? By dot XPath. XPath we need, I'll copy the same. Now what I need to do, I need to send some keys into this. What are the keys? Username and password is given. For this, I need to add username. This is standard user. I'll add this as standard user. And similarly for password, what I will do, let's just first find the uh, XPath to this password section. It should be similar like placeholder password, right? Placeholder, if I add password, it is now pointing to password, correct? So I'll copy this one for password. I will write driver dot find element by, how we will find this element? By dot XPath. What will be the XPath? We already copied. Dot what I want to do as operation, send some keys. What are the keys that I want to send? This is the password secret sauce. Okay. So like this, declare driver get. I will maximize the window as well. Driver dot manage dot window dot maximize. Okay, what it will does is like this: declare the web driver. This initiate a driver. Open it. It will open a driver window and move to this URL. This will manage the window size to maximum. It will maximize the window size. Now then it will find elements and will send these keys, like standard user and secret source as password, to this ID and password. Next action would be to click on login button, right? So for that as well, we would need a locator. This is class data set type submit. Okay, This is input button where type is equal to submit. Very simple XPaths we are getting. Okay. So for this, now what we'll do, we need to find that button driver dot find element. How we'll find by dot XPath, right? What is XPath? I have already copied. Dot. I need to click on this, so I will use the method dot click. Okay. This will perform a click action. So far we have just logged in into this. So let's just validate this. If this is working fine, then we'll move forward. So this is launching browser, adding ID and password very quickly and clicking on login button. After clicking on login button, we have come up here. So far script is working fine, right? I'll okay. Yeah. So I'll log in into this. You need further need XPaths, right? So I need to find generic XPaths for this, right? I'll find generic XPath for this, right? And let's just try to write a generic XPath for this. How this is appearing, we can just hover over this and we can get to see that how elements are appearing up, right? So this is coming, everything is coming under this div, right? All this section. Then we have individual divs for each section, right? This might not be appearing. Let me try to do it this way. Okay, this shifted positions. Now I would be able to show you in better. So this is the entire div. This is div for each section, right? Inside each div, we need to find the price div. Okay, this is again under div, and where is the price value coming? This is the price value coming. Okay, right? So let's just try to highlight. So let's just first find all the divs with class inventory items. Let's see what is finding it. I'm writing in generic export driver. Mm, div with div should have class value should be equal to inventory. Okay, as I'm entering, this is finding 6 values, right? What we exactly need, right? And this div has text value where price is coming up, right? So I will do what we will do, we'll find those elements, right? Find all the elements with this, and then we will see where the price is like greater than $20 or less than $20. Okay, $20 cap we will find. Okay, find price for all products. Okay, what I will do, driver dot find elements. So there, whenever you need to find one element, then you use the method find element. If there are multiple elements that you want found, you need to find. Since like here we need all the elements to be found to highlight them, so I'm hiding driver dot find elements method is okay. How we will find again? By dot xpath. We have an xpath to all of them. Okay, this will give me a list of web elements. Say if I guess, like, if to see what exactly is returns, you can see what it returns is a list of web elements. So we can capture this as list of web elements. We call it list prices. Okay, list of prices. List we would need to import. I'm importing this, right? So this list contains all the elements to each price, and I mean contains list of elements for all the prices 29, 15, 9, 799, 999, like that base. Okay, to highlight something, uh, what we can do is like, let's just create a method that how we can highlight. Let's just I'll highlight just one element first, and then you will see how we can create a highlight method first. Okay, to highlight something, Selenium do not provide anything from scratch. We need to like make use of JavaScript. Okay, But Selenium does provide a library or a class to you make use of in a number of any JavaScript in a web page. Okay, so we can have a JavaScript that can uh, highlight elements, and we can use the JavaScript as part of Selenium. Okay, so let's just try to for that what we use a class name JavaScript executor. Okay, how we use that? JavaScript executor. This is the class that we will use. I'll create an object JS. And how we get this object? We need to typecast our driver. How we typecast? Typecast is a common method. Just name of class, braces, and what we need to typecast. So, okay, this is how we get an object to JavaScript. And this way we can, with this object, we have a method given by Selenium, which is execute script. This is execute script. So here you can pass any script that you want to execute, that will be executed. Okay, so what would be the script here to highlight an element? It is something that you need to you can remember always. It will be arguments 0 dot style dot border. It is like we are giving, will give a border to an element, and here we need to give border to the any element. So I'll just list dot get. I'll get the very first element from this list, and then we'll highlight this one. Okay, I mean, it need this method JavaScript execute script method need two parameters. One is the script, other is the element. Okay, this is the script that we need to add to highlight something, and this is where we pass the element, which element to be highlighted. Okay, so this is script, and this is like argument finding first elements with style, what style you want to give to. We want to give a style to the border. Then you will have to define with an equal to sign what style that you are going to give. So it's like it will be in the form like what will be the you know thickness of the border that you want, 3 pixel, 4 pixels. In pixels you give, like I'll give 4 pixels for initial 4 pixels, then space. You would need to define the pattern, how you want to define the border, like solid, like dashed, like dotted. Okay, say for example I give solid, so this will create a solid boundary over the element. If you give dash, it will create dashed boundary. If you create dotted, it will create dotted boundary. And at last you give the color. See, I give the color as green. Okay, you give the color in which you want to highlight this. Okay, so this will apply the script to this particular element and will highlight this. Okay, so let's just see how this works. I'm executing this. So this is a launched window. Let us see if any error. Yeah, that element might not have been present yet. Arguments is JavaScript. What did? Okay, I missed n here. Arguments. This is spelling mistake. Argument 0 style border 4 pixel width. Okay, I'm executing again. Okay, as you can see, this is highlighted in green color, right? In solid green color, right? What if I give dashed and then execute it? I'll show you the combination, what all combination we can have, right? It is highlighted in dash. You can have dotted as well. Dotted at the same time, say I make it like 6 pixels and I want the color to be blue. Okay, I execute the same, right? This is highlighted in blue and dotted and with like in blue color dotted and 6 pixels this time, right? Okay, this way you can make a combination like how you want to highlight. Like you can create a framework to highlight something, say for example, something in green that executed well. You want to highlight something in solid red to showcase that this is something error message that user need attention to. So this way, a very interactive framework can be created, and these screenshot definitely can be leveraged in order to add it to different reports. Like extent reports, we can add this screenshots. I will create a series on extent reports as well, how we can use them. That is a very useful HTML based report. So, so far, this was a method to highlight something, right? And let's just create a method out of it so that we can reuse it in terms of modularity. Okay. So it's like highlight. I'll define a method, public, static, definitely need to be static, void is need not to return, highlight. Okay. Highlight web belly. Okay, I'll create this method. What it will receive, it will need WebDriver, right? Second, it would need a web element. What element you want to highlight, okay? And I'll write this code here. Instead of this driver, yes, driver came up and this will use this. So any element that we will send out here will be highlighted. Or if you want to add more customizations to this, you can add a given color as well, right? String as color. Okay. Say for example, you want like color here, then just replace it. Or you can it will use the color given in the call of method, right? And to use this, let's make it 4 pixels only. Okay. So now our problem was to highlight all the values which are present here and which is less than $20 should be highlighted green and which are above $20 we'll highlight that in red. Okay. So let's just create a method. First of all, we'd have to iterate over all the items, right? One by one, we will move on this and we'll see where price is less than $20 and where price is more than $20. Okay. And we will call this highlighted method, right? Call this highlightation method to highlight the elements for us. Okay. And at last, I will add a screenshot method to take screenshot of this highlighted methods, right? Say let's for example, and one more thing, let's say for example, if you want anything to remove highlights, if you want to remove highlight method, say I have get, then what you need to do is just remove everything and do not define anything over here. Then in this case, it will not highlight anything. Okay, this is how you can use remove highlight. I'll showcase you. Say for example, let's call this method highlight. Sorry, highlight just for reference. Highlight. I will pass driver, and we would need to give an element. Let's get very first element. It dot get index dot zero element that we are passing. So first element would be highlighted, and color we want is say red. Okay, this is a call to highlight. Then I will make it sleep for some time. Dot sleep. Say deletion. I need to pause 3000. This will be sleep for 300 times. I will add this and try and catch so that it sleeps. Um, and and then we will use remove highlight method. Remove highlight method, we just need to give driver. So it is like if you want something to be, in a framework, you want something like you just want to highlight something for once while execution, and then you want to remove this highlight. You don't want that highlight to be kept permanently, like in this browser over here, right? In that case, you will use this. Okay, string color is not needed, so I'll remove color as from argument as well. So this will work. Okay. Now let's just observe this how this works. First, browser engine launched, we are logged in. This is highlighted in red. Now this will remove the highlight as well, right? This is how you can add, or maybe you can add this to the core of your logic on clicking. Before clicking, you can highlight something, and after click, you can remove the highlight. This way, what happens is like your script will become interactive. Whenever you click something, everything would be highlighted. So whosoever sees the scripts, or maybe if you record script with say Scrolix, you can record your scripts as well. If you record your script, then this execution would be more interactive and user would be able to see where exactly clicks are happening, what exactly is happening, right? Because you know that sometimes while executing Selenium script, you might miss where click happened, and this might, go very fast that user might not be able to observe. With these highlights, user would be able to see what exactly script is doing and what exactly is happening, right? This depends upon method or designing on anyone how you want to design your framework to be. But yeah, this way it can be added to the core of the logic. You can just create a custom method to click something and add this code in backend to before clicking, highlight something, after click, remove the highlight. Okay, this way it would work. But now we have highlighted. Let's move back to our original problem. What we want to do is we want to highlight all the elements that are below $20 in green and which are above $20 in red. Okay. So for that, we will iterate over this, right? I will create a for loop, element, element, okay, and we will iterate over this list. Okay. So now what we will get is element dot get text, right? Because each element has like if I open this and this, okay, where was the exact browser? No, this one, right? If I open this div has this price value in text. Okay, so we'll have to do some operations on text in order to perform operations on this. Okay, so we'll grab the text and we will store it like in string text. Okay, as you can see, text with text dollar is coming up. Okay, so what we'll do, we will do the method, we'll use the method of split. Okay, say for example how we want is like this text will, for text we have method called split to split this text with some regular expression. For us the regular expression would be dollar. So this will bring that split text in dollar and it would give us an array of string, right? See for example I store it in result, say, okay, create a local variable for this. It will give us an array of string, but we need if we split it by dollar, then we let's just see what results brings to us. Okay, I'll run this in debug mode. Okay, then or maybe we can sys out, but I guess this in this won't print it in a good way. I'll add a I'll add a breakpoint here as well, and we'll run this in a debug mode, debug as Java application. This would stop here, and we would be able to see what are the all values, what is the value is there in result. Okay, so result, it has given us a string 0 value split by dollar. It should have given one value to us. What was the string? Text was again $29 dot this, but we wanted to, okay, yeah, I mean don't want trim it, we just want to get this removed. So and we are sure here, like looking at this, the dollar would be present at the first place only. So rather than this, what should we do? We should dot we should have replace character. Okay, we have this method replace. What we want to replace, we want to replace dollar in this, and what we want to replace it with, we want to replace it with you know no other character. So it's like it will be like removing dollar, and we will store this in text directly. Okay, so or no, this should be like this. Okay, because it accept two strings, I'll terminate this method. Now we will see what is the final text value. Okay, maybe we can directly not directly. Let's just debug again. Run as, debug as Java application. We'll get to see what text value is coming up, right? Logged in, right? So text is coming up good, right? This is something numeric, but it is still in text form. To compare it, we have to convert it into a double value, right? So for that, what we will do, build dot double dot parse method, or um, if we can get integer value directory, t dot get integer get integer method we have, then here we can pass some string, right? And this would give us some integer value, say integer price, right? This would be the final price. Okay, I'll terminate this and let's see what is the price coming up. Okay, I'll run this again as debug mode, debug as Java application. This would let's see what is the final price value is coming. This should come as an integer now, right? Okay, we have stopped here. Action F6. Okay, this cannot invoke them because the down of integer value is null. Okay, it says it has returned null, nothing. Um, we have double dot parse double. Yeah, this is the method exactly which would do this, right? It will convert this to a double value. We'll store this in a variable price. We'll create local variable price for this. And let's see now what it has as value, right? Parses the values. This is a method which takes a string as input, and it will, if that string is applicable to be passed to as double, it will parse it. So let's just now run this. That's why I removed the dollar first, because with dollar this won't be a parsable string. So I will debug this as Java application again. I just run this. Now this should go fine. Right. Okay. So now price is coming up as $299.99. That's fine. This is what we wanted, right? So now we can write our conditions. I'll stop this execution. Now based on price we can make, so it's like, let me write on this. Let iterate all items, get price of each item. Okay, this is to get price. We got the price till here. Compare price and highlight, right? What we need what we need to do is we need to compare the price. So what is the condition? If this is a script, like what condition we want? If price is greater than 20, okay, or less than equal to 20 first. Say if price is less than equal to 20, then we want element to be highlighted in green color. How we will highlight? This method will use, we need to pass three arguments. One is driver, one is web element, element would be element in this case, and the third would be the color. We want to highlight this in green as string need to pass, right? This is what we will call. And else if price is greater than 20, if then we will highlight this in red color. We'll call the same method, but we'll give the color as red. So this is the entire method. Now let's just try to run this. Run as Java applications. Okay. So this is a launch window. We are logging in. As you can see, this has done its job. All the elements where price is less than $20 is highlighted in green. 15.99 good, 7.99 good, 9.99 good, 15.99 good. And wherever price is more than 20, which is 29.99, 49.99 is highlighted in red, right? So this is how we can, highlight few elements to make script more interactive. Or and final step would be to take a screenshot. When this highlighted, we can take a screenshot. That would be a highlighted screenshot that one can visit or one can add to reports anytime, right? So to take screenshots, we already know, or if you don't know that, I'll explain that to you. Like JavaScript executor, we have another class called takes screenshot. Takes, okay, yes, screenshot. SS is equal to new, or here again we need to typecast driver into it. WebDriver will typecast, WebDriver instance will typecast. Okay, yeah, short, this short I think. Okay, and how we can do that? This gives us a method to get screenshot as. How do you want to, you know, get the screenshot? Uh, is equal to what you need to define output type. Here, what type of output you want your screenshot to be as, or type dot file, because we want this to be kept as file. If you want something like base64, which can be used directly into HTML to embed photographs, we'll make use of this while understanding extend reports. But yeah, these are the different forms that we can keep. We can keep this as bytes as well. I'm keeping this as file right now. Okay, and we would have to, this will give me a return me a source file. Okay, so I will need to file src. I will define this, will give me file I would have to import. Okay, and now this has captured this file. Now we need to store this file. For that, what we'll use the file utils class. File utils is a class. This is static method. File utils dot copy. File utils, wait, file utils, not giving the file util files. We have this method only. File utils dot, uh, yeah, file utils dot copy file is a method that we can use. Dot copy files. Not sure why it is not importing. Let's just write an import for this. We have this in org.apache.commons. Okay, this should have resolved by now. Let me write again. So it should be take screenshot like this. File utils dot copy. Okay, it seems like we do not have this commons. File utils. Does this have here? Like otherwise, we would have to import that commons file. Dot io dot file dot dot Java utility. Would need to make an import for this. I'll go to this project. This is coming from Apache Commons, so I will get a dependency to this Apache Commons. Okay, we have only this dependency to fix this. Let me find out. Or what we can do is just copy Apache Commons. Let's move to Maven repository. We'll find Apache Commons. Apache Commons dot. Okay, we'll copy the latest dependency and push that to our project. Saving this. Okay. File text dot copy file. Now it is coming, right? Copy file. Okay. This is the method that we'll use. We'll use copy this file to a specific location. For that, we'll need to define new file. Like for this method, you can see it takes input of two files only. Copy the file to source file to the target file. So this is our source file. We'll copy it to a new location. If I open the definition, I mean, when new file, I'll show you the definition on this, or maybe I can add null here to see. Okay, this is the definition. It will take two files only, source file and a destination file, right? So for destination file, we need to create a new file, and you can give any destination where you want your files to be kept, right? Say for example, let's just create a new folder here. It's like screenshots dot not dot screenshot plus file separator. This will be the dot separator. This will be of screenshots will be a folder, and under this we will keep the file. What should be the file name? ss, yeah, right, ss1. Okay, ss1 dot jpeg. Okay, any format you can give, jpeg, png, right? Let's say give png. Okay, new file separator, copy files. Okay, this is something which can throw declarations. Either you can throw a declaration or you can edit this to try catch. I have added this to try catch. Now this is what it will do. It will create a new screenshots folder in this project and will save the screenshot as well, right? I'm running this method again. Okay, launch browser window, logged in, highlighted every element. It should have taken screenshot. Let's just refresh this project repository. Okay, we have new folder screenshots here, and there is a file. Let's just see what this file is. Open with system editor. Okay, yeah. This is a screenshot file that has come up. Every elements are highlighted. If you add these type of screenshots to your report, that would be more interactive. User would be able to see that. I mean, say for example, these were all product. This product page was supposed to be, have all the products less than $20, and we wrote the script to highlight the elements in this way, right? And in this way, user looking at this report would be easily able to highlight the defects. Like there were two products that came here which is more than $20 that should not have been here, and this is a failure, and would be easily able to identify. Otherwise, say for example, there are 100 number of products, or maybe 20 products, and user get to see that script is failed. Yeah, right, you would have to write status on that, but don't is not able to see which product exactly is is of higher value. One has to go by all the products to see that where exactly failure is happening. So this is something that highlighting the failure in a more good way, or maybe you can just highlight different execution steps with this. So this is something that is adding more weight to the reports that is given to a user who is not more connected to the scripts that you are executing. So yeah, so with this we were able to learn that how we can take screenshots, highlighted screenshots. Basically we make use of JavaScript executor to highlight the elements. We use similar method to remove any highlight that we have. We learned that how we can modularize it to use it in a different ways, or one can add these to any framework in a different methods. Say for example click, so that a script becomes more interactive in this way. So this is all for this video. I hope you found this interesting and you like the content that we created today. Thank you everyone for watching. If any If any doubt or any clarification needed, please do write to us in the comment section. Thanks for watching this video.